All paid for by our wonderful tax dollars.
A Southern California beach bum.
It's free food, it's awesome.
A preacher in Central Florida.
We would give up our freedom for freebies.
Pushing people to sign up for food stamps in Brooklyn.
We are just a hair away from large-scale hunger, malnutrition, and starvation in America.
Scenes from across an increasingly dependent nation. This is Fox News reporting, the great food stamp binge. Hello, I'm Brett Baer, reporting from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Why the USDA? Well, for historical and political reasons, food stamps fall under the Agriculture Department's domain. In fact, food stamps will cost taxpayers a projected $78 billion this year, a staggering amount that's more than doubled since 2008. Indeed, food stamps and other food assistance add up to more than 70% of the USDA's outlays. According to a just-released Fox News poll, a majority of voters think most of the 46 million plus food stamp recipients are taking advantage of the system and not truly in need. You've heard stories of food stamp waste, fraud, and abuse. Well, this hour we'll also look at the cost to the recipients and to the American character. During this show, you can share your thoughts via Twitter. Be sure to use hashtag Fox News Reporting. We begin in New York City, where one of America's most energetic proponents of food stamps is working to get more people signed up.
Individuals have a certain income limitation.
You're watching a team of determined activists preparing their plan of action.
The guidelines change a little bit. You feel all set and ready to go?
They'll be walking around the streets of Brooklyn. The mission? To sign up as many people as they can for food stamps. The New York City Coalition Against Hunger in action.
A lot of working people don't know they're eligible.
Joel Berg, a former Clinton administration official, is the organization's executive director.
Right down there.
We have some information, pre-screen people for SNAP benefits.
SNAP stands for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program.
It's the new name for the food stamp program.
In 2008, the federal government officially dropped the term food stamps, partly to fight the stigma associated with that term. But most everybody still calls them food stamps, even people at the coalition.
Tell them that you're pre-screened and that you would like to apply for food stamps.
Berg believes folks here don't want to go to a government office to find out if they're eligible. So his team set up shop at this supermarket.
We're very close to 50% of our customers, on a monthly basis are using the SNAP benefits.
Ivan Bueno is the store manager.
We feel it's a positive thing for the community.
Another part of the effort to reduce the stigma of food stamps was to get rid of the stamps altogether. The government benefit is now electronically delivered via EBT cards. They work just like any debit card. Food stamp usage has been on the rise since 2000, but it's exploded under President Obama. In 2008, 28 million were receiving food stamps. Now, about 47 million do. One big factor was Obama's stimulus package. In addition to pumping more money into the program, it made qualifying for food stamps easier. The president insists increased spending on food stamps in the stimulus bill did indeed stimulate the economy.
3, 4, 5, 6, 6, and 2 that are definitely eligible.
Joel Berg says it literally saved lives.
We are just a hair away from large-scale hunger, malnutrition, and starvation in America.
Do you really believe that?
No question whatsoever.
You're just laughing.
Absolutely preposterous. Given the fact that only 1 in 20 American adults say that they were hungry for even a single day during the course of a year, I think starving is a bit silly, isn't it? The reality is that American poor people are not malnourished. They, in fact, eat too much food.
If Joel Berg is the great advocate of food stamps, Robert Rector of the Heritage Foundation is the great skeptic.
The hunger advocates are clearly distorting the data and creating a huge mirage of a problem that doesn't really exist. It distracts our attention from the real issues, how you really help the poor rather than making them more dependent on government.
They denied you because your income changed.
Berg says 80% of the people who turn to his coalition for help are ultimately approved. Some people they spoke to never thought they'd be eligible.
I'm going to give you my number. This is my direct extension. My name is Denise, and we could help you with that as well, okay? She wasn't aware that she can still apply just for her daughter, so I did let her know.
You and your volunteers stop and explain food stamps to just about every person on the street.
Yes.
It could be construed as recruitment.
We would never, ever try to convince someone who didn't want these benefits to get them.
This is not just an academic question. Recruiting people to go on food stamps is against the rules. But as you will see, the USDA itself has gone right up to that line. Did they cross it? Their strategy to get past no. But first, John Roberts and the new face of food stamps, a character you won't forget.
Snap.
When the safety net becomes a hammock after the break. Welcome back to Fox News Reporting, the great food stamp binge. How do you account for the record number of people on food stamps? A new Fox News poll finds that a substantial number of people think the severity of recession simply means that more qualify for assistance today. However, a larger number believe the government has made it too easy to get assistance, and people are taking advantage of that. No doubt, in these tough times, many people in the United States worry about feeding themselves and their families. America is a generous nation, and few would deny government help to those who need it. But we also realize every dollar we give to people who should be fending for themselves is one less dollar we can use for other purposes, including helping the truly needy. Then again, some people don't seem to worry about that. John Roberts found one of them in La Jolla, California.
Meet Jason Greenslade, food stamp recipient.
Another day in the life of Jason living at rat life.
And what exactly is the rat life?
Well, your typical day. Are you like a early morning guy, get out and get some waves? Or you
No.
sort of later in the afternoon?
Yeah, later in the afternoon kind of guy. Wake up, go down to the beach, meet up with my friends, skate it up, hit on some chicks, beer, start drinking.
All day, every day.
We caught up with Greenslade in La Jolla, California, close to where he grew up. The 29-year-old has chosen the life of a beach bum in this seaside paradise. With no fixed address, Jason has, for the last couple of years, floated from place to place, staying with family, pals, and girls he's dated.
This is a nice day today, though, huh?
He gets by with a little help from his friends and you, the taxpayer.
My EBT SNAP card. It's got the coast of California on it.
So how do you get a SNAP card?
Just go out to the Human Resource Office, have your birth certificate and your Social Security card. I don't got a paycheck coming in, so I qualify. That's that.
And how often do you have to do that? Is it every month, every 6 months?
They got it now, it's where you only do it once a year.
Things have changed. Back in 1996, if you were an able adult like Jason with no family, there were limitations. You could get food stamps for only 3 months every 3 years. The exception, if you were working at least a 20-hour work week or participated in a work fair or training program. President Obama wiped away those restrictions when he signed his stimulus bill in 2009.
There you go. Let's go.
And in 2010, Obama used his regulatory powers to extend the suspension of those welfare to work requirements.
So you fill out a form for a SNAP card, they give you that for a year, no questions asked.
Yeah, you're good to go, you're golden.
It's $200 a month, right?
Yeah, $200, free money. Radical. Why not? This is my job right here to make sure everything's rolling smoothly. Make sure the sun's up and the girls are out.
How big a part of your life is surfing?
Well, I surf every day. It's wonderful, man. Just get away from everything, clear your head, just get out with the boys and have a good time. Living the life, never a dull moment. Another day in paradise.
Party at your house later?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Party at my bed.
So it's off to the gourmet section of the local food mart.
I got my rainbow roll. We got ahi, salmon, eel, yellowtail with rice and avocado. And then they had lobster on special. We got lobster and coconut water.
Then Jason's off to the automated checkout counter. Food stamp card at the ready.
$200 to $100 a month, and you just go like, boom.
Thank you for shopping with us.
Just like that.
Please remove your bags.
All paid for by our wonderful tax dollars.
Is that typically the type of thing that you'll get on the Snap card?
Yeah, I'll usually get sushi, but make it my own way. But they didn't have any good fish, so I just got the pre-made stuff.
EBT lobsters.
Blasphemous right there.
Rather be broke, steal and rob.
For sure.
One of you guys are.
EBT lobster. Does anybody want a piece?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that this notion of holding down a steady job just is something that is not in your wheelhouse?
That's not the direction I'm going right now.
That's just not something that appeals to you, though?
Not whatsoever.
I have to say, I didn't really know what to expect when I sat down with Jason. I was really taken aback that he seemed completely unembarrassed about sponging off the rest of us in this manner. This was a guy who struck me as capable of pulling his own weight, as resourceful, even intelligent, and went to San Diego State for a while, and then to a technical school where he trained to become a recording engineer. But then he realized what he really wanted in life.
I'm skating to class, and here comes Motley Crue walking down the halls, all carrying a bottle of Jack, partying, and I just realized, like, I don't want to be the guy recording those guys. Like, I want to be the guy being those guys.
He wanted to be a rock star.
So you decided that was going to be your life from that
Yeah,
point on.
and I want to be heard. I don't want to listen.
And wait until you hear what else Jason had to say.
John Roberts returns a little later. But first, food stamps offer a helping hand. But what about people who say thanks, but no thanks? The USDA's ill-conceived scheme to push food stamps in Spanish-speaking communities. An expose you might find hard to stomach. And during the break, tell us what you think of the show so far. We're on Twitter. Use the hashtag Fox News Reporting.